Okay,
All right,
I'm
you guys, I'll
gonna
see you soon.
all right.
Bye.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
I missed seeing you all last week.
How's your dad? Is he okay?
Good, doing good. He's here helping out with my little dog. She's not little, I guess, but she likes to talk to us, remember, when we're in class, so. But yeah, we're doing good, and I'm tired. So how are you guys doing? How are you feeling? Everyone ready to paint? Yeah. I'm also on the chat groups with all of you taking the drawing classes, and you guys are really doing some wonderful work. So good job. Yeah, it's gonna help. So I'm excited. Has anyone gotten any new supplies, pastel supplies lately? Yeah, you did? What did you get, Julia?
I got some Conte El Perry kind of new pastels. I think
yeah,
crayons. So
yes,
like the pastels.
yeah, the new pastels. Those are wonderful.
Okay, I haven't tried them yet, but
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
A quick question.
Yes.
I noticed that it stopped recording when I left, and it now took over for me as host. So I think I'm gonna stop this recording.
I started recording when you left, Leah.
Got it. Okay, so that's what I wanted to check. I was like, oh damn, it stopped.
I just decided to record just in case, so it's been recording.
All right, that's fine. See you guys later.
Okay.
Oh wait, but now I'm the host, so I need to make you the host again. So let me do that. Make you the host. Yes. All right. Now I'll see you later.
Perfect.
I'll be back.
No, I was going to tell you, Julia, or tell everyone, the new pastels are, matter of fact, I think I don't have the large set. I think I got like the starter set, but I'm surprised how much I use those new pastels, especially in the beginning of my paintings for like underpainting. And then towards the end for those really fine details, or if I just need that little pop of color at the end, those new pastels are wonderful for that. So I highly suggest investing in it. So today we are doing a sunrise, and this was at work here a few weeks ago. And I took it, and so I cropped it, which is why it's a little bit longer. And so we're not going to really focus on the water or the ground, the land portion of it. We're just going to focus on the clouds, blending. I decided not to do an underpainting, and it's interesting. I told Leah this morning, I thought it was interesting when I go into a painting, I decide whether I'm going to do an underpainting or not. And sometimes there's reasons why. And I've realized now subconsciously I'm making those decisions. And if I'm not doing an underpainting, I usually go to pastel matte because it's a little bit softer. It's not as toothy, and I feel like I can get a little bit better blending. And when I'm using like the UArt 400, which I'm doing today, I tend to use this for an underpainting, like a wet underpainting with alcohol wash. So today is kind of an experiment for myself. I'm not doing the typical alcohol wash on it. We're gonna just go straight to the local color, which is the actual color that we have and what we see in our picture. My printer, just so you know, I try to print my colored pictures at work because the printer is so much better than my home printer. So really look at the picture I sent in the chat, or the chat app, because that picture shows the actual real true local color. This is kind of distorted, but it's good to show you the shapes and the movement, and it gives you somewhat of an idea. But the true color of the picture I'm going to refer is the picture I took on my phone. So I just wanted to pass that on to you, that you may see something that may not look as bright, or maybe it's duller, and it might be just because this picture is kind of faded out a little bit. So so basically, I kind of went in and just, I can show you my palette. I grabbed a few colors. Of course, we're going to add a few here as we move along.
Marie,
Yeah.
which paper are you using? I'm just doing it after a very long time. I have a 400 GSM A4 paper for acrylic, but I saw that you said if you don't have a very 2D paper, have a fixative on standby. So how do I prep this? I don't have a sanded paper. We don't get it in India.
Okay, so I did talk, I don't think you were in the class, but I did talk about clear gesso.
Yeah, I have that.
You have that?
Yeah.
Okay, the clear gesso, if you take any paper and you can tone it with like a acrylic, or you could tone it with watercolor, you can then paint this clear gesso over it, and it actually has grit in it. And you can create your own sanded paper. That's what I did here with this. It was just plain paper, and I took clear gesso, and then it actually has a sanded feel to it. So, because I do know that sometimes these supplies are really hard to get when you're different places in here in the U.S. So, I did send over through the chat, Rashmi, the sanded paper I'm using today.
Okay.
Can you order through Amazon?
No, I tried through Amazon. It doesn't deliver here.
Oh, okay. Got it. I know, that's kind of the tricky part. So we got to be creative, I guess, huh?
How long does this take to prep this paper? I mean, I'll just prep it while you.
You could prep it right now, and it will dry really fast. Yep. And if you're going to prep your paper like that, because some of this already pre-made sanded paper has a little bit more what we call tooth to it. If you have hairspray or even like a fixative like this, that will kind of gain you a little more mileage with layering. Because what happens is if it's not toothy enough, you're gonna end up getting mud as you layer and layer if you keep blending. So fixative comes in handy if you run into that problem, and you can spray it and let it dry, and then you can start adding more color, and it won't interfere with the color behind it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
First, I start with an acrylic base, then I put that clear gesso. Yep. And then the fixative. Okay.
You don't have to do the fixative. You just put the clear gesso on and let it dry, and you'll be good to go. Okay. Are we all ready? Was that what is that, Jeannie? Your core zone? So cute. All right, let's get started. So, in my palette, I've got quite a range of purples and blues. So we're going to go into the upper part of the sky here. I'll see if you might be able to even see my phone there. Okay. I'm kind of working at an angle. Sorry, guys, here. Get some light here. So I'm going to take a picture of some of the ranges of blues I've got here in my hand for you, just to show you, because this is what I'm going to do is we're going to learn to blend right on the paper. And trying to knit the colors together without using a blending tool like our hand or pipe insulation foam or something like that. We're going to try to just blend using the sticks themselves. Okay. Now, one thing to think about as we're moving up into the sky, higher and higher above the horizon, we're going to get a lot darker. We're going to get a little bit cooler. We're moving away from that sun. So when we were looking at colors, just keep that in mind when you're picking out the blues. You want a little bit cooler and darker in value. So I mean, we're probably, I'd say on the value scale, if you can see this, we're between a 4 and probably even a 3. So as you're learning to gauge what value your sticks are, I encourage taking pictures of your sticks and turning it to the black and white. It really helps you narrow down when you think maybe this is dark enough and then you realize it's not. I surprise myself all the time, and it's probably why I also have my whole tray organized from the darkest values to the lightest values. It makes it very convenient when you're in the middle of painting and reaching for a mid value or you need a lighter value. It's already organized that way, and you learn how to gauge better once it's organized that way. So all right, I'm just gonna test here. Okay.
Hi. Could you admit the group if you have created one? Sorry, this is the first time I'm joining this class.
Hi.
Hi, this is Nidhi.
Hi, Nidhi. Is this your first time?
Yes. Normally I don't attend on Sundays, you know.
Oh, okay.
But this is the first time.
So in the chat, there's a link, and you can click on the link to join our WhatsApp thread, or you can go to the Art at Work website to find the Zoom link that has the WhatsApp thread if you don't see it in the chat.
Okay, I can't see it in the chat, so maybe I'll go to the.
Yeah, and you'll just need to join. Okay. So I'm just going to lay in some dark color here. Just kind of testing. Okay. Let's just sketch this out a little bit here.
Marie, are you able
Yeah.
to flip the camera angle so we can see your picture?
Yeah. Is it off a little bit?
It's just not on. It's just on you, unless I'm kind of.
Oh, you need to click on the link that says Tyler's iPhone.
Oh,
you see
okay.
it?
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
I do. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Cool. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, can everyone see it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said something. I kind of have to move it around a little bit to make it work. Okay, we're just gonna go and sketch this. Actually, be best if we have a straight edge. If you have something like this, it's good for water because water does lay flat. And I catch myself because I'm used to painting land, and water does lay flat. So it's always important to get that line really straight. And for those who are new in the class, you can just follow along, watch. I'll take a break here once we sketch this in a little bit. I'm not going to add these stanchions in here or any of the detail. This is just to indicate that we've got some water. We'll have a little bit of reflection and a little bit of land, but our focus is going to be the sky. And so. I'm just kind of, what's nice about this is the gestures. I loved how the sky was that morning, this movement. And Mount Hood, you couldn't see at this moment, but it's right down in here, kind of hiding out, and the whole sky just lit up. So I'm not going to push hard because it is a darker color, and I really do want to preserve my lights in here. So I'm just kind of coming along just for your sake to kind of show you the gesture. And then we've got some clouds coming at an angle here and kind of coming at an angle here. And so I'll take a picture and give you guys a moment to draw that in if you haven't already. That's what's nice about these sunsets and sunrises is it's the movement. That's what we want to focus on. They're just so fun to paint.
Marie, what was the color you did? What's that? The one you've just done the lightest bit on? What color was that?
At the top here?
No, the middle.
Oh, down here?
No.
Like right here? Oh, that was just the same stick that, it's like a blue spruce, new pastel, and I just lightly dragged it.
Oh,
and then pressed harder down here. Yeah.
So it's the same color as that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is kind of, like I said, I don't normally not do an underpainting. So this is kind of fun on the UR. I've realized that I subconsciously, that's what I normally do. And so I thought, well, this is going to be fun for me to see what it's like to not. I haven't really used different grits of paper on the UART, but I know that a workshop I took that she does the waves, who I learned to do the waves from, she uses 320. So I guess it's all on what you like. Okay, let's get into the sky here. I think I'm going to need to add a little bit more of that blue. Very light. Thinking about the movement. So I'm taking my stick on its side. And it's light because we're going to lay other colors over this and blend. And I am going over this box that I drew, this edge, and that's okay. It's just to help me keep my bearings on the composition and the size and where things lay. So we're just going to kind of go back and forth with these colors. This is a little bit more of a purpley tint to it. And as we move down to the sun, it's warmer. So this is a little warmer. Just a little bit of warmth to it. And this is about a mid-value blue. I'm just slightly coming down in here. Yeah, that's nice. Just sometimes even a long pull and then short pull on your stick. Let's see here. This is a muted purple, red purple, and I'm just lightly, very lightly, just adding this in at the base of this. And I'll take a picture here. I'll take a picture of the color for you. So you can see. Something to keep in mind. I know that sometimes when you're choosing, or if I'm choosing a color and you think, ooh, that's kind of dark, or that's not going to look right, you have to think about starting at the, you start and then you're layering to get to that top color that you want. So we're going to be blending those colors to get what we want. So we're dragging this blue over that darker purple, and then it's blending while we're dragging and getting that kind of gradation of color. Little blending here. And shade lighter, maybe just a little bit over here. Now I'm going to stop for you to send me in your pictures so I can look and see. See if I can get some more light. That's better. Okay, go ahead and start sending in what you have so I can look. Does anyone have any questions? I have some foam insulation for blending, and this is kind of fun for those who have not used it, but you can use it just to blend if you want. I try not to do it too much, but skies are some of the exceptions for blending. You can get really cool effects. So just something to think about. And it saves your fingers. Nice, Jeannie. I love it. I love the purple. So now you can actually just, on the upper part here, you can start blending more and more of those colors to start adding more of your blues in there, Jeannie, and then just knit those colors together, and they'll start layering on top of each other and filling in the tooth of the paper. Nice, Nina. Are you using paper? It's like a real thin paper. Good, Mira. So Mira, on your purple area, if you can see on my phone here.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to now bring some of that purple up into your blue, just a little bit. See how it's kind of feathering?
Okay.
So we can just bring that up into that. Very nice.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, it's chalk and water. Okay. Thank you, Nina. You might have to use some fixative, Nina, on that. Okay. Let's get some of this purple moving down the side of the picture here. I've got a selection of purples, so I'm going to, and some pinks. I'll take a picture and show you what I have. And okay. So you notice off to the right-hand side, I've got this like bright pink and then kind of like a reddish purple. And so I'm going to use probably all 5 of these purples. I'm going to kind of just test it out here on the side and see, because this is pretty dark. But then if we, and this is what the testing does on the side of here, is to then lay in that lighter value, see? And then let's see even a lighter value. And okay, then we've got this reddish pink, and look how nice that looks over that purple. And then let's see about this bright pink. And so this is kind of what we're thinking about, right? Is as it mixes and blending over those colors, it really gives you these fun brights. So I'm just kind of testing out what I have here on my palette and what I want to do. That's pretty orange, isn't it? Okay, so I think I'm gonna go mid. Nice, Julia. That looks good. Very nice. So now we're gonna come right up underneath here, this part of the cloud, the top part, and we're gonna come over here and kind of work in this gesture to the right side. And I just got this light purple and I'm gonna drag it. Just very light. And I'm gonna take some over here too. I'm just looking right into the center here. See how it kind of lightens up there and then goes to dark. And then almost like curves right here. I'm going to use the light next value lighter. And I think I need one shade lighter in purple. I'm actually, this is a square pastel, and I'm kind of tilted it just on the side, and I'm just very lightly dragging right on the edge. So it's kind of doing this versus this long stroke. So I'm just kind of using that edge here a little bit, very light. We've got some purple down in here. I just thought I'd bring some down in there, very light. We've got some over on this side too. So I'm taking advantage of this long edge of the pastel to kind of carry it kind of this large swath of area. very light. Notice that you can still see the tooth of the paper. So pink. Use this a little bit in here. And let's see about this. This is that more warm purple, just thrifting it over a little bit. That blue, and that purple. The key to doing these sunsets and sunrises is a very, very light touch. Because if you zoom in on this picture, look at all the different colors. Okay, I'm going to take a picture here. So I can show you better. Oh, very nice, Natalia. Good. Yep, so now you can just keep adding more color, filling in the tooth here up in your sky, Natalia. But very good blending.
Mm-hmm.
I love the palette choice. That vibrant blue. Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you.
You guys do such a good job because this is hard, right? Because if you don't have the exact color, you have to find something that's close in value, and sometimes that's hard. Especially when you want to try to paint what you see and you don't have that exact color. You have to get creative in mixing different colors. And really that is why I have this large area I decided to give myself, because this is kind of a long, slender shape of a painting today. And so when you don't have that much space to work and try things out, it's best to have more space down here on the testing side. And you can really see how these colors blend. So go ahead and keep sending in your pictures so I can see. The orange, that bright orange and pink that's laying over this purple, we're going to add that towards the end. But as we move into the center, it's okay to add that, because really it's not, you're not necessarily seeing in the center behind it, if that makes sense. Over here, this is wisping clouds laying over that dark blue. And so in order to create that distance, that perspective, and that effect, we're going to build up to it and then dust our light colors over the top. Whereas we move into the center, we've got more of a dense color, and it's not translucent as it is over on the right-hand side. Oh, good, Rasmi. Very nice. Did that work for you? Is it toothy for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, okay, good, Nina. I like that pink purple that you added in there. And the hairspray fixative or whatever you have will help you not create mud if you're using that type of paper. Good. Is this Needy? Did you just send your picture in?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What paper?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, hi. What paper are you using? And
this is, I'll tell you, this is the pastel.
Okay.
This paper is meant for pastel drawing, actually, you know.
Okay.
It's a textured surface, something like cotton content and all those things. It's a bit of sandy, you know. It's a very rough paper. Yeah. It's not smooth paper.
Okay.
It's not a smooth.
Okay. No, and sometimes people get frustrated because they're not getting what they want, and I just want to try to make sure I can tell what supplies you have. It makes it easier that I can give you guidance. Ooh, I love that blending, Mira. That's beautiful. Ooh, look, Julia, look at that color. Isn't that pretty? Good job, you guys. Wow. This is so fun. So, good job. Let's get into the center of this with these bright colors. This is the fun part. And really, take out your brightest brights. Might as well. This is when we get to use them, is pictures like this, right? So, we've got more of an orangey, it's like a peach, an orange peach in the center, because that's where that real bright, intense color, and then it dissipates off to the edge of a lighter pink. So we're going to go in with some really bright orange and peachy color. I'm just going to use the edge, and I'm at an angle because the picture is at an angle. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, how am I going to make that line? This is how, and then I turn it to the side and I'm carrying it, and then I'm tilting and I'm dragging it up. So see how you can create the movement just by turning your pastel in a certain way. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just see those shapes and turn and just drag it up, just like that. Down to the side. Just like that. Not too much over here, but it gets pretty intense over here. And just remember, we'll take some other lighter colors and value and blend, but we're looking at the gestures of this. And as we move down, it's going to get even a brighter oranger. Here it's more like a peachy color with more pink and intense. And then see this gesture where it's kind of scooping up like this. See how you can take the edge of your pastel and just drag and start and then drag like in that gesture. That's what we want. Very light, very light. Just like that. And let's see here. Too dark. That kind of looks like the center. We want a little lighter. Let's see here. Oh. Let's move to lighter. There we go. Again, just using the edge. And I'm not going to carry this orange all the way out because we're going to come out to more of a pinky color. So I'm going to take a picture here. And I'm going to start moving into some lighter blues. And then as we move down to the horizon, we're going to get lighter in value and warmer. So we're moving from the blues to the turquoise. So I'm looking for my lighter blues, lighter, warmer blues. There you go. That's good. Very light touch. Just little bits here and there. And I've got it kind of carrying out here, kind of coming up into here. Got some out on along the edge. Pressing just a little harder there. Okay. I'll take a picture of this blue for you. I've got a couple light blues. Actually, that's not the light blue. This is. And then we've got a turquoise that kind of comes down here. Get the color, right color for you, if you can see it. And this might even be too dark. We might have to do a little lighter, but we'll lay this in. I'm gonna go on the sides here. Yeah, it's a little dark. Get a lighter color here. And even lighter. Glaze right over that. Keeping the angles. And let's see here. It's kind of like a muted, darker purple, and we kind of have a little bit of this coming down the shadow area of the cloud. I'm just working along this cloud right here, the shadow. I'm just following it out. It's a lot of back and forth. Then we will add another blue in, then we'll come in with our orange. Remember, our light colors come in right at the very end. This is going to be a little bit lighter because we're moving farther down to the horizon. So it's going to be a lighter, muted, brighter. Bring some of that up in there a little bit. Okay, I'm going to stop and have everyone send in what they have. And if you have any questions, good, Mira. So now with your orange in the center here, now you can start taking that edge of your pastel and just kind of lightly dragging it over that purple and blue.
Okay.
To
The
get
orange
those,
one, right?
yeah, and you can start getting those wispy effects.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks.
Good, Jana. Oh, I love that. I love that red purple on the side. Yeah, so good. So you can start blending too on the right-hand side, Janet. You can start taking some of that reddish purple and just lightly dragging it over your blue and kind of knitting those colors together to move as one piece, right? Because right now it kind of feels like there's a division sort of right there where you have the blue and the purple. But just start kind of bringing some of that purple over your blue, and that's really pretty.
Marie, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I'm using the banana wrap.
Oh, I love your colors. Look at those.
Thank you. But how often, like, how do you use this tool? Do you clean it between every blend so that you're not blurring too many colors, or?
Yeah, good question. So yes, and sometimes you do need to do that. Sorry, I keep hitting this. So I'll take like this. I have the pipe insulation, and so if I'm doing like the blue section, I'll use a section of it, and then I'll kind of turn it to blend another area, or I'll just wipe it off on my rag that I have, and I'll just clean it off because it does. I mean, you can get to a place where you're in the light yellows, right? And you just finished doing the dark blue, and now you take a whole streak of the dark through. And so you do want to clean it. And, you know, this is a good tool too, because you can use it to just lightly drag those colors just like this and blend. But I'm seeing, oh, I'm dragging too much dark, so I clean it off. And, you know, so that's a good question. You do want to be careful of picking up colors. It's just like using your fingers too, where you're like rub, and I did this last night on my oil painting that I'm finishing up. And I was holding my hand, doing this really tight line, and I forgot that I had painted down below, and I laid my hand, and then I had this dark, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This is, so yeah, it's just the same with any type of, it is just trying to make sure that you keep your hands, if you're going to blend or you're going to draw it, or really, I keep a wet washcloth next to me, and I'm constantly using that to clean my hands.
Now, do you throw that in the washer?
No, I don't. I hand wash it, and it's,
because I was like, is that safe to put that in the washer?
You know what? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't know. I wash my boys' clothes, and those are gross. So.
Yeah, no, but are there red chemicals in them?
No, I know. I'm just teasing. That's a good question. I don't know. I tend to just take this same. I keep the same rag, and I just have like that Dawn detergent or the Dawn's hand soap, and I just wash it real good in the sink with hot water and let it dry. But I mean, I have like I don't know. I haven't really washed like my painting clothes with stuff. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm going to err on the safe side to probably not.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, hold on. There we go. But I love the colors you've chosen. It's so cool. Okay, Nina, so I would use some fixative if you haven't already. Because see how it's getting dark, and maybe they're not laying on top of the colors as well. Yeah. Yeah, so the fixative is going to darken it, but then you can lay some more colors to brighten it up and not blend too much. Ooh, that's pretty, Linda. I love it. I love your mark making with all of your pastels. That's really beautiful. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, good. I love it, Rashmi. That's really pretty. I love the yellow color you chose behind. Good job. So go ahead and take some more pastel on the right side, Rashmi, like on this side with the purple. Bring that in on this side, and then go ahead and bring some blue and purples on the left side. So we're really coming almost to the center, like a U shape.
Okay. Okay. Will do.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. I love the blending that you're getting, Nady. That looks really pretty. Yeah. Good job. These are fun colors. I'll tell you, we had a really like a beautiful sunrise this morning. I wish I was down at the river like I was this day for work. Just the bright, bright pink. Okay, so let's keep working. And I'm purposely slowing down a little bit. I tend to work really fast, and that can be good and it can be bad. So I'm using a new pastel right now, and I'm pressing a little harder, and I'm looking at these colors right in here, and I'm using that real fine edge. And as we're moving down to the horizon, those lines get thinner and thinner, those clouds. And that's why I like using this new pastel. What was that? Okay, kind of need a darker peachy color. I'm gonna use that here. Again, this is a new pastel. Just kind of feathering it out. These are also great on its side. You can take it and kind of wiggle it on its side and then bring up, and it makes these really cool texture where you can just kind of wiggle it and then bring it up and just get into these areas that are sometimes a little harder. Okay. And let's get into lighter orange, maybe even lighter than that. Lighter, almost pinky. It's coming right down into here. Like that. Got some of this color here, edge. And it's lighter and then it gets darker and more intense color. So we're just bringing this lighter color out here. And let's see what we got. I need a little lighter than that. It's not until you do something like this how you realize there's so many colors. Let's look for maybe a lighter purple. I see that kind of on the tip of this. It's almost kind of glowing up into that blue. And even underneath these purple and orange. I'm varying the pressure on my pastel as well. Not too hard. Bring some more of that red purple back in here. And then we'll lay even a brighter pink over this. Get some of that over in here. So pretty. Okay. It's almost like this electric purple right in here. It's kind of too dark, huh? Let's see here. I think this is my light blue. Bring some of that back in here. Just kind of drifting it here and there. And then light feathering out. See, my hands are not clean, like I said to do. Now I'm pressing a little harder where this bright blue is, right within that orange. Making it more defined. clean my hands, take a picture of this. Let me see what you have. Ooh, very nice, Natalia. So you can start great blending. Like, I love the mark making, and just keep doing that. Now you can just keep layering more and more to fill in the tooth. And even bringing like that purple, that dark purple, even kind of just pulling it up a little bit with your pastel into that blue to kind of get it to lay on top of that blue.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very pretty. Oh, good, Mira. That's very nice. Good. Very nice. How did you do, Nina? Were you able to spray yours? We'll see. Now, one thing we are focusing on this sky, if we were doing a full, if let's say we were doing the actual picture that I took, which had quite a bit of the river in view, I would actually be painting the water, the reflections, and the sky simultaneously. So what I'd be putting up in the sky, I'd be dragging down into the water as we moved along. But because we're focusing just on the sky, I have not touched the reflection in the water because there's not a whole lot to go in there, and it's just going to be some of the lighter colors that we have in the bottom of the sky. But traditionally, if we're actually doing a painting with more of the water than just this little bit, so maybe even if we were, if I brought the horizon line even up to another inch or so, I'd actually be pulling some of that sky color down into the water a little bit more. So, but for this sake, we're really trying to learn how to get that blending with the colors mixing and blending on top of the pastel here in the sky. So, but when we get into, let's see, do we have a month of, I have it written down here. Maybe even beach scenes, we might have something in there with more, oh no, we're doing marsh and reflections next month. Okay, so marsh, streams, and reflections, that's gonna be really, you're gonna learn the sky blending, and then the value changes down into the water for some that don't know. But it is really good when we're painting trees or we're painting skies to bring that color that you put up here, to bring it down into the water. So we'll learn a little bit more about that, it looks like, next month, because we're going to do marshes, streams, reflections. So that'll be really fun, because sometimes those can be a little tricky. And you guys actually did a couple. We did our first class was with, we did that snowy scene with the water. Learning how to bring that reflections and down into the water. And so you can really have fun, even in an abstract way, which is what I like, is having fun with that. So, so for today, if you were wondering, that's kind of why I haven't been focusing down into the water as much. And I just saw a couple things come through. Oh, that's perfect, Janet. See how that division isn't there anymore? It's like, that's really pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks really great. Good job. Okay, let's see. There you go. Yes, that looks really good, Nina. See how it's brightened up the color? Yeah, don't be afraid to use the fixative. I use it quite a bit. Yeah, it really does help. Especially if I feel like I just can't layer any more color. Use it. Yeah, because look how much brighter. So you can go ahead and, so on the bottom, Nina, when you come down to the land portion, you're going to want it even brighter yellow if you have any. So, because see how the value changes and it gets really, really light as we move down to the horizon. So pull out your light pale yellow sticks if you have some. We're almost getting there. Mira's, wow, that looks really pretty. You've done a really great job blending, Mira. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. How are you feeling? Do you feel like?
I think I'm getting better.
Yeah, I think you guys are really doing great. Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, okay, good. All right, so let's see here. Let's get into those fun yellows. The bright, bright yellows. Okay. So let's see here. Got this like golden yellow, and then I've got this lighter yellow. Even a light peachy orange. Let's see here. So I'm gonna take a picture of these colors so you can see. And it's gonna be the golden yellow, light yellow, and then it's gonna be a darker peachy orange to a lighter orange. And this is gonna be down on the horizon. So I'm gonna try these colors out here. That way you can see. Oh, I just saw yours, Needy. That looks really pretty. So go ahead and start blending a little more of your orange. And we're going to start with the yellows right at the base of your oranges. So that looks great. I love the sky. That's really cool at the top with the purples and the reddish purple. Very nice. You guys are doing really well with this blending. It's not the easiest. Okay. All righty, let's, whoops. Okay. Right in here is where we got that real bright yellow, where the sun is. I'm just gonna put it right there in this area and then come out with the lighter yellow here. Then I'm gonna come in with that kind of peachy yellow. Come back in over here. It's definitely more peachy and pink over off to the side here. Okay, I'm gonna go use that lighter shade here. Just like that. And that's too dark. Bring in some of the shadow. Got a little shadow going on in here. This is just a muted purple. Just lightly bringing it, kind of looking at the underneath of those clouds, the shadow part. So it needs to be darker up in there. Okay. Okay. So let's do some of that peachy color right down into the water here. I'm going to go a little darker. And then I'm going to lay the colors over it. A muted orange and a muted purple. And I know it looks dark, but I'm going to have the light colors lay over it. I'm going to use my pipe insulation here. Just blend. And I'm going to clean it off because I just ran it right into that dark navy blue. Just like that. And drag down. And I have some dark purple. I might bring that in for the tree area. Just use it kind of on its side. Just like that. Doesn't have to be exact because, you know, this is all just about the water or the sky, not the land portion. And we'll bring in, let's see here. It's not dark enough. Let's try this. There we go. Might even need to be darker. Okay, now let's lay some color over the top of this. This actually would be a perfect opportunity to do fixative, because it would leave that darker color, and then you could lay this really light, and it gives such a cool texture. I'm just dragging this pastel very lightly over, and I will drag even a lighter color over the purple. We even have that light purple right back in here, just a little bit. Kind of comes down into here. And let's see, that's too bright. Just like that. Drift just a little bit of this light over here. And I can actually even do the fixative right now and show you. Now, one thing when you are using this, it does, it will darken a little bit of your pastel. I'm actually gonna, I don't want the top part of my pastel to get the fixative, so I'm just gonna put it right on the bottom here, and I just cover it with a piece of paper. But you can see how it darkens the bottom. Dry it. Let that dry. Let me see, I'll wash my hands here and have everyone send their stuff in. We're almost to the point where we can start laying in these really bright pinks. Yeah, like Julia. Woohoo! I love that. Isn't that fun? So look at how, I know this takes long as we're building up, but look how those brights lay on top of all those really pretty layers that you've laid in there. You know, that's what I love about it, because I mean, look at your, if you zoom in, look at all those colors that you have drifting over that, those purples and those blues. It just gives such a vibrancy. It's so pretty. Woo, look at Jeannie's. Whoa. I love that. You guys are doing great. Very nice blending. Isn't that fun? Wow. I like that. That is so cool. So that's the thing. It's like, if you zoom in again, like look in the center of Jeannie's painting, and you have, look at all that movement in that color. Good. Oh, nice. Yeah, okay, good, Rashmi. Okay, so go ahead and still add some more colors off to the sides if you've got any oranges or reds. Do you have any reds?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow, Natalia. That's beautiful. I love your mark making. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. Very, very good. So one thing you can do, Natalia, too, is down in the water if you want, you could make it smoother, I guess you could say, really blend it flat. And with your texture in your sky, that will really pop. So try and see what that does.
We'll try.
Yeah, try it. Yeah, that's so cool. Very nice, Needy. Is it Needy? Am I saying it right, or Nida? You tell me. I don't want to mispronounce your name.
It's Nidhi.
Nidhi?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so why don't you go and get your land portion in and your water. So if you have a straight edge to draw your straight line for your horizon, I would get that in first, and then get some of the darks in your water.
And which colour do you really on the the kind of, it looks peachy to me on the actual water.
Yes.
I was a bit behind on this. I was doing the sky, so I missed that.
No, no, you're right, Juliet. So I sprayed it with fixative, and it made it really dark. And now I'm gonna go. Oh, I thought I'd show you how it makes it a little kind of dark, and then I was gonna lay the peachy colors over it. Yep. Yeah. Very nice. Matter of fact, Julia, even like your see how your colors that are down kind of close to the horizon, those would be, that would be good on your water too.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, whatever is up in the sky is what's reflecting into the water. So that's why when we are painting in the sky, and we'll learn next month about reflections, is a lot of times you'll see pictures of just trees, and then you'll see the water in front of the trees, and you'll see the reflection of the trees, but maybe you won't see really the whole sky, but you'll see the top layer of that water is reflecting whatever that sky is doing. So that's why when you're looking out at water, you'll see blue. You may see, in this case, we're seeing that bright pink or up in the sky reflecting down onto the water. Whoops, went too far. Yeah, very nice. Did you just smooth it out, Natalia?
I'm trying now.
Yeah.
Yes, work in progress. Yeah.
Very pretty, Mira. Okay, so you're ready to go ahead and start adding some colors into your water.
Okay.
And so you've got your little line, and what we want to do is we want to vary the height of your horizon, right? Because see how there's maybe there's a dip in the tree line here, and then see how this line gets a little thicker.
Okay.
So the way to deal with that is you can carve into your line with your lighter yellow.
Okay. Okay.
Or you can make this area a little thicker, so that way it doesn't look like a worm all the way across.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Let's see here.
Marie, how long do you wait for it to dry after you've fixatived it?
It doesn't need, it feels dry already. It doesn't take very long, actually. But as I drag the color over, see, it's keeping that dark color underneath and letting me drag this lighter color over it. And it gives this really pretty texture. So, because sometimes it's hard to get to keep your colors true. If you've been layering and layering, it just goes to mud almost.
Right.
You know, and then it gets frustrating because it's not doing what you want. And I'm looking at the shoreline, even though I'm not doing detail, it's giving me the perspective that the water, see how it kind of drifts off, that it's indicating the water is kind of going out this way. And those are cues to someone who's looking at this picture, and they may be very subtle, but they do let that viewer know that the water is going off that direction. So it is important to add that. And okay, and then it kind of is like orangey down in here.
Nice. We're doing sunsets.
It's like a little orangey down in the water here. And I need a little bit. Okay. It almost is like a light pink out over here. Light purple. Okay. And let's see here. I'm just using my new pastel a little bit, kind of redefining this tree line here. Okay. Cleaning up that edge there. And I'm just gonna lightly drag down just like that. Okay. Got some bright pinks. Let's try out those. I might need even brighter. And just kind of drag. This is a new pastel pink. I'm just using the edge here. Pressing a little harder where I want it to push down over the color. And let's see if this, I almost need a, let's see here. I just wanted to get the, where that light's kind of hitting right underneath that. Get that glow. That is not what I want. Too dark. Too dark. Bright orange down in here. I need to get some of that light turquoise back in. I lost that a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. Just adding a little bit of this light blue right up into the, right as you hit an edge of a cloud like this one right up here, where you can zoom in and you can see as it's turning and that light's hitting it, it's an opportunity to really get some nice colors and to add your real lights right on that edge and then pull up into your darker values. So if you are laying in some of these brighter blues underneath your oranges, it's gonna push that color, that vibrancy even more. So really working your edges with color too. Let's see here. This is like that hot pink almost. And when you turn your pastel, like this new pastel, which is great, is you can kind of wiggle it and with varying pressure and then pull up, and it does this really fun wispy. I'm gonna bring some of that down into my water here. Some of that light purple. Okay. Whoops. Let me look at everyone's. Okay. Okay, so nice, Nina. Go ahead and take your pink and take some of that lighter orange you have in the center, bring that down into with your pink and bring it all the way across your water area. And blend those two. Good, Rashmish, that's really pretty. I like that pink and then that orange, wow. So
I'm not able to blend properly, actually.
Bring your pink down into your water.
Okay.
Bring some of your pink and then maybe even a little of your blue. And try taking the side of your pastel. Do you have rounds or squares? What do they look like?
Square.
Square, okay. So take your pastel, I'm gonna grab a square.
Yeah.
Like this. And what I want you to do is so up in this area, I want you to take it and just kind of bring it down like this. Okay. See how I'm just starting one of very light dragging it. Just set it here and then light drag. So those hard straight lines that you have over here on the left, they're going to soften those lines. So you want to blend out those like hard lines right here. You can use your finger or you can use your pastel and just kind of drag it very lightly like that. Okay. And you'll blend it. Yeah. Looks good. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I love those colors. Needy, those are pretty. They're very muted. Yeah. So that's great. So what you can do now is you can take, if you have hairspray or fixative, you can go up into your sky area, maybe like right in here. And I want you to take, after you do your fixative, you can lay some of those oranges and your pinks and yellows, and it will just make it even brighter right along those real bright edges. Try that. That's really pretty. Let me see. Ooh, Janet, I love it. Ooh, look at your water. Good job. Very nice. So definitely get your straight edge out though, and see if you can get that just horizon a little bit. I know it seems strange how it can happen, but with water it does lay flat. So try to bring up that edge just a little bit on the right side, but your sky.
You make it straighter.
Yeah, just straighter, right? Yeah. Very nice blending. It's beautiful. I love it. I love the bright blues and those oranges, and then look at your blending all the way down into your yellow. So good. Really. Good job.
Thank you.
It's tough. I mean, it really is. Oh, nice, Mira. That turned out great.
Thank you.
So, I mean, really what you can do, Mira, is just add in some pops of color if you want. And you can spray it or you can leave it, and then just, you know, where you see these edges where it's just a little bright, where the sun's hitting it, you can take your pastel and just add color right into it. And it will really give more of a definition to your cloud. Because right now it's fairly flat because you know what I mean? There's not a gradation from your darks to your lights. So that's what you need to do. Very nice, Jeannie.
Thanks.
Yep. Yeah. Woo! That's fun. I love it. So, and same, Jeannie, like you can even take some of the sides here and maybe give a couple areas where it sweeps up just a little bit, right? Right now, maybe we have them all going like this, right? So as you're coming down to this area, you could take, you know, that blue and kind of tilt it and go out like that, you know? And then it kind of like swoops a little bit, and then it's moving up like this versus lines. Right down here on the edge, we'll take your pastel and kind of just swoop up a little bit, and then these tail ends swoop up, and it'll give a little more direction. But I love those colors. That's beautiful. It's beautiful as is. I mean, if I had to critique, that's what I would do, but you can leave it as is. It's gorgeous. Oh yeah, very nice. Okay, good. So, Nini, that's nice. Very nice. And you can even darken the land if you want to give it a little bit more of definition, or you can leave it how you want. That's fun. I would add a little more brighter orange and yellow if I was to critique it right here in the center. Yeah, very nice. Did I see everyone's? How did it go, Natalia? Were you able to smooth out?
Sending my picture, and we will see if I was able.
I know.
Yes. Sending in a second. I'm not sure.
It's so cool. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful, Julia. Very nice. I love your mark making up in that sky. It just lays so nicely. Very nice. I go ahead and drag some of your see right in the center where there's like a line from a warm to a cool. Drag some of that in the water over to the right side. That center color, I think it's like a peach color that you have in there. I would drag some of that over your light purple. That's beautiful. I love it. Did you send it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's good, Natalia. I like that. See how just enough. It's subtle, but it's not competing with your sky. So we want to have the water smoother, because if it's textured down here and too textured up here, it competes with each other, and the focus is the sky. I was going to grab my blending.
Mm-hmm.
And so
maybe I should work on it a bit more.
Yeah, because that's what's important, is to get that smoothed out, and you get this real nice, even just doing that.
Mm-hmm.
See how it doesn't compete with the sky after it smooths out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with me smoothing it out more, it's much better.
I can blend with my fingers too.
Yeah, you can do your finger, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I still need to add a little bit more brighter yellow, I think, down into the horizon part, but yeah, you can keep playing with it. This is the whole part of it, is see how much layering we do to get these colors to work together. It's quite shocking when we break it down and realize how many colors and layers we have within the sky. So and you could even do this on a larger scale and really just start practicing, or even try it with an underpainting if you wanted. But I think I'll paint this again. Maybe do it longer, maybe larger. Experimenting with your palette. The sunsets and sunrises make you realize you need all sorts of different colors you don't have.
Marie, could you check my sky? Is it any better?
Yeah. I love the blending. Yeah. See how you did you add more light colors to your?
Yeah, I added light and a little bit of purple for darkness.
Yep. See how it's pushing and pulling? So when you add that light, it's then pushing that purple and blue back. Okay. And so the more you add the light, it's coming forward, and then that darker is pushing back, and it's giving depth. So if you need to use fixative, do it.
Okay.
But definitely, yeah, keep building on those real brights.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice. Good job. Yeah, see, Natalia? So what you can go into the water now, and you can even add a little bit of your really pretty pinks and purples down into there in the reflection, and then smooth it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's just not competing as much, but beautiful, just beautiful. Good job. You guys did great today. How did you do, Nina? Did you put more fixative on? I know you were going to try to do that. No, she hears me. Okay. Yeah, okay. Very nice. I see it. Much better. Woo! Look at your painting, Rashmi. This is pretty. I love that brightness in the center. Woo!
Thanks.
Okay, so let's be careful of our worms, so to speak. So see that bright orange line? Let's vary the thickness. Yeah. So you can come up into there with your yellow, or just kind of blend a little bit to make it so when you have a line like coming across, your eye goes right to it, right? Because that's where the most contrast is, right there where you're yellow. So the best thing to do is to come in, and you can just kind of do this, and come into it and then out and into it and out, and see how you're now, it's not a straight line. Yeah, beautiful. Good job. Oh yeah, woo! I love it. I love your colors. That's fun. Good job, everyone. So I have this recorded here on my computer, and I'll send it to Leah, and then she said that she's going to have it edited with some snapshots from our WhatsApp thread. That way, if you're going to rewatch it, or for those that aren't here that want to rewatch it, for you guys, you'll have it already in the WhatsApp thread. But for those that weren't able to attend today, or new, they can see it.
I have a question. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for keeping this, like if we keep it like this, then the color smudge on the other sheet, you know. So do you need to spray the fixative before storing it?
You can. I don't. I have these sleeves. The thing is there's a fixative, I'll have to find the name of it, I guess, that doesn't really darken your pastels. This Blair does. And so I wouldn't advise you to spray your whole painting with it because it would darken it. But I do have these sleeves that I use, that I store. I'll take a picture of the I just sent it. So it's plastic like this. It's archival, so it protects it, and you just slip the painting in here, and then it seals. And I actually can put multiple paintings in this. I just separate it with glassine or tracing paper if you have that, to protect between the two paintings. But I tend to do that, so, and then I just store them that way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because they do smudge. And these come in different sizes. This is a 9x12 just because that's how the pads of sanded paper were coming in. But now that I'm painting on different sizes, it'd be nice if I had like a 5x7. I could just slip it in there and for storage wise. So these are on Amazon, but you can get it from any art store, I believe. And they're really nice to have. So, oh, wow, Janet, much better. That's beautiful. Really beautiful. So painting over your pastel drawings with clear gesso. I don't spray varnish. I have not clear gessoed over a pastel drawing. I guess you could. I don't see why you couldn't. Try it out. I mean, are you just thinking of reusing it to save on paper? Yeah, you can try it. Oh, it's smudging. Yeah, you're gonna have to use the fixative or try to get a different type of paper. All right, guys. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie.
Have a good week. We'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.